Thanks, Jess, and thanks everybody for being here. I was actually, when I was an altar boy, the priest at St. Anselm's, he just served his 25th year anniversary. I was at the church. It started at 11 o'clock, and it was still going on. I left right after communion, and I had to grab my wife and daughter and say, we got to go, because Jesse Hill will kick my butt if I'm not there in time. Thanks everybody for being here on this. It's such a special day, and it's especially heartwarming to see so many folks here year after year after year. You know, when I was a little kid growing up, you know, I look at that 82nd Airborne patch right there. That means so much to us paratroopers. Growing up, from my uncle, my mom's twin brother, who was in the 82nd Airborne Division, who was an All-American. And his best friend, my mom's best friend growing up, gave the ultimate sacrifice. It was one of these flags right here. Thank you. And Patrick Ward, who I'm named after, who was my mom's best friend and my uncle Billy's best friend, was one of those 58,000 who gave the ultimate sacrifice. And so many more who came home with the wounds of the heart because they knew their brothers never made it home. I know right now when we look back at the 1.2 million Americans that served in either Iraq or Afghanistan right now in the current wars that we're engaged in, and so many in Bucks County who've given the ultimate sacrifice and all over this great country. I know it's especially tough these past few months because we've had 3 Bucks County soldiers who are Iraq war veterans. Even though they made it home, they gave their own lives up by committing suicide. 1 in 5 veterans from Iraq or Afghanistan come back home with symptoms of post-traumatic stress disorder or traumatic brain injury. That's why it's so important that all of us here today pay homage and honor those who give the ultimate sacrifice, who just look some of these warriors when they come home in the eye and shake their hand and say, welcome home, and thank you. It means so much to them. And I know part of it is preaching to the choir for all the folks that are here today, but we continue, and we must continue to go out there every day and let them know how much we appreciate it. And not just in words and in deeds. You know, I look at my colleagues in elected office right here, and we work together great. Democrats and Republicans always putting our veterans first. And this year, as you all know, we'll have our own veteran cemetery right here in Bucks County at Washington's Crossing. This year, we'll also have a Veterans Outreach Center that we got passed. This year, there's tens of thousands of veterans that come back from Iraq or Afghanistan. And to help them ease their way back into society, they'll be able to go to college or technical school in the government's dime because they earned it. That's what we fight for every day. That's what makes this country so great. We're not perfect, but we try to be perfect. We try and do what's right. What's right in our hearts and what's right in our minds. So thank you for having me here today. I'll tell Father Foley, Jesse, that you gave him a hard time. By the way, he's a commander in the Navy. He's a Navy chaplain, so he'll definitely, but you'll write me a note. All right.